Now, my best investment I wanted to go over so you can go into my mindset and why I decided to do some of these things to earn the most amount of profit. Now, the first trade I did was in September, and I was extremely confident in it. Skechers caught my eye, and this was because they had almost zero debt. Now, I bought them before earnings, and I didn't even know what earnings were. But it did turn out to be my best trade, making me 7% of my portfolio within a few months. So Skechers financials caught my eye, and it was fairly cheap, around $20. So I was in the process of learning about companies' balance sheets, their income statements, and I looked at many companies, and Skechers had zero debt. So this is what led me to invest in Skechers ultimately. Now, this was my first investment, so I had a huge emotional attachment to it. I checked it every few hours. And after their earnings came out, a few days later, the stock had a huge drop, around 25%. So I didn't even know about earnings. This made me really scared. I actually almost sold the position at a huge loss. It was around $200 or $300 loss I would have sold it at. I decided to keep on to it, and several days after the drop, I noticed they're going back to where they were. So I decided to buy 50 more shares to even out my position to 200 shares because I was confident that they would go back to where they were trading at. Now, they climbed from there, and I knew they seemed to stay around this $21 area. Also, at the time, I was learning about options, and I decided to sell a put option on Skechers to make even more profit off my position. And this was because I knew that Skechers would stay around $21, as I've been watching it out there for a long time. Now, the put option turned out very well. I sold it at a really high premium, around $2.40. And the premium, after the stock rose, the premium went down. So I decided to buy the premium back to close it, and this made me a net profit of $50 from the put option. And then I also earned around $500 from the equity just rising in price for each of those shares. Now, I had the goal in my head to kind of close the position around $23 because this was the high when I was watching them. I never saw them break that $23 really. Now, because I was learning about options, I had an idea. I could sell calls at $23 and earn money from the premium. And this would be a covered call because I own the shares. So if Skechers went higher than $23, well, I get to go out where I wanted to. And I also earn the premium that someone pays me. If Skechers doesn't reach the $23, I could just do again to earn more premium. So I decided to sell one call at $23 strike price, and I got $70 for this contract. And then I also sold a $24 strike price, and I got $35 for a single contract. Now, Skechers went higher than $24 later, and I sold 100 shares at $23 and 100 shares at $24. So this made me around $150 in option premium from the puts and the calls, and I also earned around $600 from the equity rising in share price. So, I mean, after that, Skechers went even higher, around to 28, because the CEO bought some shares. Now, I was disappointed because I didn't stay for longer, and I knew I could have earned a lot more money, but I did know that I got out at the position that I wanted to. So this is a great example of a trade where I kind of milked all the potential profit out of it, and I chose options instead of buying more equity because options guarantee a premium when you write contracts. They guarantee the money that you're going to earn. And I like that because I can lock that in and have very low risk doing it. So I got lucky that Skechers performed well, but I utilized the skills that I had, and I also made decisions that I was confident in. And this has since bled into all my other trades. So that was the video. I hope you like it. Make sure you hit the like button. Also, comment below with a suggestion you have to make these videos much better.